So I keep getting the question on whether or not the housing market is going to crash. And of course, no one has any idea whether that's actually going to happen, but I can explain why it's so hot and why what's going on is happening. So first you have low interest rates. What this means is it's cheap to buy a house. And when I say cheap, I mean the monthly payment is lower for a more expensive house than it's probably ever been in history. But what that means is more people can qualify for the house that they want than they ever could before. Is this inherently a bad thing? No, because loans are usually put on parameters that mean this person can actually afford to pay this house. There's a lot of restrictions on who can get a loan, whereas there weren't in 2008 and other times before. So is it bad that more people can buy a house? No. That's why the demand is so high. So that's why it's so hot. You also have people in California, of course, moving to Texas, realizing that their money goes a lot farther here. And so that all makes sense. Now, what's important about this is if you are in the market to buy a home, it is the cheapest time to be able to get a mortgage than has ever been. And so what I mean by that is if you could normally at a 4 or 5% interest rate only qualify for a $400,000 home, you might be able to qualify for a higher amount or at that same price range have a lower monthly payment, meaning you'd have more money to be able to spend on things like groceries or anything else you'd spend on your monthly basis. So it's more beneficial to have a loan at a low interest rate than it ever will be at a high interest rate. So it is super beneficial to get a mortgage, get into a home right now if it fits your price range, fits your criteria, and is within your budget. But in general, it is not necessarily a bad sign that the housing market is so hot. It's just a combination of everybody moving into houses and lack of inventory and low interest rates. It creates a lot of demand. So I hope that helps and I hope that gives you some idea. And of course it could crash tomorrow, I don't know. But in general, it is based on fundamentals and seems like it's gonna be plateauing here soon.